Welcome, welcome. My name is Trish. Thank you so much for joining me. I just watched the Amy Bradley Netflix documentary. I binge watched it yesterday. So, very, very sad story. She would be about my age. Yeah, really sad story. And they don't know if she's still alive. Yeah, very interesting. So, I want to share with you what I experienced as I was watching. So I did have my cards with me, but I was asking through how you do the. Let me put that in there where you can see it. Yes, show me yes, show me no. Where it falls through, show me yes, show me no, and it pulls through. So where you link your two hands together like that. Show me yes, show me no, and then you ask the question. So when within the first minute of that video, it come up and they're scanning and they showed the band on the ship. My first thought was, yeah, they're into something seedy. Didn't know that further on, if you haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil that, but they play an important part or come up again in the story of Amy Bradley, last person she was actually seen with by eyewitnesses. So yeah, interesting. Now, one of the questions I asked was, did she go overboard? No, I got the no when I was doing the no. I got the no. Did she leave the ship willingly? I got a yes. I got a yes for that one. So I just thought I'd like to pull a couple of cards on it and see what the cards say. I'm reading from my new deck today, which is the Case Clarifier Tarot. This is Tarot Oracle. So one side is Tarot. You can see there that's the Sun. Bad exposure. On the reverse is the Oracle section. So it's a nice small deck. It's only thin in your hands, but it has 160 answers, possible answers in this deck. So let me tap in, see if they can pull the energy of what's happening with Amy Bradley. Is she still alive? Yeah, interesting. It's very, very sad. New deck that I might also get my investigation deck out as well. So I'm just learning to use this one. So I'm doing lots of true crime cases. I would do some that I've already visited, so I know what the other cards, how the investigation deck read those cards, and see if these cards say the same things. But I'm also going to do lots of new ones as well, just so I can give them lots of practice and see what needs to change on this deck. So we're looking at Amy Bradley first of all. Let's just tap into Amy Bradley. Okay, so first of all, we're seeing in this case that it was recorded. Yes, there was somebody there with a video camera that was filming and did capture her. That information was sent to the FBI. There is a time discrepancy issue though, and it is related to the key cards took your entry in, but then you don't know what time they left the rooms. So could be a time discrepancy around the departure from the ship. Okay, and somebody making preparations. So somebody prepared for this, somebody intended this to happen. It did possibly get out of control or escalated. Okay, so someone's suggesting she got off the ship to get drugs. Maybe they made preparations for that. That was maybe the intent, but then the situation escalated and got out of control. Okay, what else can you tell me? Okay, so there was an argument when somebody tried to leave. Maybe there was witnesses that recognized her, witnesses that she tried to reveal who she was to them. Maybe that invoked in an argument. Maybe with the people that were holding her or keeping her, that because she was trying to leave and get away, maybe that resulted in an argument. Clean up card on the table though too. erasing traces. So she wouldn't be recognised. Okay, so rural concealment means kept her out of sight. Rural place. Somebody having an alibi. And a misdirection, so a diversion again. Diversion, misdirection, similar cards. Misdirection means looking in the wrong place. Diversion means misdirection also means giving wrong information to make people think she's in one place when she's in another. Diversion means they were looking in the wrong place. Somebody having an alibi. Okay, burdens. Heavy burdens. It's the ten of wands. Okay, is she still alive? Okay, she's had threats, death threats. Maybe death threats towards the family, but there's death threats involved. Okay, I was actually abduction. She was. And had death threats. Okay, withheld. Okay, so these cards are reading as she was abducted and had to not say where she was or not reveal who she was to people, which came up in the first spread because of death threats. False guardian, somebody claiming to look after her or children, because I was thinking, did she have children was going to be my next question. But that was all deception. We've got video evidence too. There's video evidence if you track back. Okay, withholding her from, because it says caregiver. Could even be withholding her from family or children. But there's a deception going on around the caregiving. So let's come back in and ask if she had children. Did she have children over that time? Maybe with the handler. Okay, so we have an informant, somebody confessing or revealing information. Covering up tracks or tracing back steps. There was something that they may have okay, so these two cards read together as tracing over steps. What did you miss? Avoiding detection or unnoticed. What was missed? When looking back over, tracing back over steps. Something about a handler. I was asking about children. Maybe that's part of the whole way of controlling the handler, or children with the handler, or it's a way of controlling you. I've got legal groundwork over there to the side. Legal groundwork. There may be some legal groundwork taking place. Okay, what is the outcome? Okay, so looking at who's in command, that's the King of Wands. Following, maybe looking back over tracks, following certain people's tracks. Lured, exposure, which is the sun, and debt collector. So it was mentioned in that documentary about she owed money and had to pay that money back or something, couldn't escape because she owed them something. So that's a debt collector. So we're lured into it through debt. But she was followed. I'm just drawn to the two hands here, like two people. So that's, but I asked for the outcome, not. So that was the outcome, I guess, of when she got off the ship. Tell me about her now. Tell me about her now, please. Okay, so family holding out hope for reckoning. Okay, so the cards we have here are risky business. A deal was made. Liability, tying up loose ends. Someone of privilege. Nine of. So what I'm seeing with these cards is had to get away. It was a very long process. Slow process. Had to get away. Had an accomplice or had help. Could be a friendship with somebody also in the industry. Somebody, maybe a friendship. Now there's a digital footprint. Okay, also down here is a vehicle or moved. What these cards are showing is that drugging involved to prevent exposure or secrets being revealed. So drugging involved. There was a structure in place, a framework of how this industry was run. More than one was involved, but she was seen. So the sightings, are they real? The question, okay, because when you come back to the end of that documentary, one of the cruise ship directors says, no, I believe that she went over the edge. I don't. So this is coming back to witnesses did see her. More than one involved. So it was a network. That's what this is showing, a framework or a network, more than one involved. These cards are money involved, crime of opportunity. Think about it a bit different. Yes, she was young. She was innocent, young and innocent when it happened. Think about it a little bit differently, how it happened. Checking the timing again for the second time. Crime of opportunity was led right into it. Money involved. She was unaware of her surroundings, and that was the chaos in a building, so where she was taken. Okay, let's look at the person of interest too. Person of interest was put on a polygraph and passed. Okay, let's come into that person, please. Let's just show me the energy around the person they call yellow. Okay, the reason I didn't read those cards is because they fell out in a clump, and when they fall out in a clump, not all cards are meant to come out. So I didn't want to give relevance to the wrong cards there. So this is really the first time I'm reading the energies here. Can they not search certain places of certain people? Person in charge? Look at who connections are, tied or restrained, to pay back. There was talks of that in the documentary, of the payback, owed money. Rumours around that person, or lies. Long process. Out of the picture, please find me. Okay, back to Amy Bradley's energy, please. So first of all, we have deeply involved in, well, the handler deeply involved in the whole industry. A money connection, organised industry. Money connection again, pay to view. There was images taken, like for websites, for advertising. Pay to view aligns to that. Payback lines up to that as well. It all shows, because there's rumours to this case. There's lies to this case. Some people are saying she went overboard. Some people are saying somebody pushed her, she went over on her own. Some people are saying that she got smuggled off the ship. Some people are saying she walked off the ship willingly. Some people are saying that she got involved in a trafficking industry. These cards are showing trafficking industry. They're showing it all the way around. You can see had a handler. That handler was deeply involved. There was money exchanged hands here, money connection again, so a payoff or a bribe, this card says. Money connection here, somebody was paid off. Coming back to that one there, somebody got paid off for maybe the exchange, maybe the introduction. Somebody got paid off. But it says the handler is deeply involved. This was an organised industry, or something organised for money. Owing money, paying back a debt. Pay-per-view, which relates to those photos. Now, the problem with this is it's the bureaucracy here of how to get through the red tape, to get through being in different countries, extradition, or trying to search warrants or question people. It's all because it's in other countries. So that's where the bureaucracy has held up the for this to be solved. So of all those rumours and all the different explanations in the documentary, I think the most likely one the cards are saying is she was trafficked. She was caught up in a ring, money involved all along. Somebody got paid off. There was pay to view, paybacks for, money owed. It's all tied up in that industry. Show me her energy now, please. Okay, discovered. I don't want to read this energy actually. I've got resistance to read it. But it says, this is orders given, execute card, made preparations, intent, Four of Pentacles is about greed, somebody wanting out, then greed, found or discovered. But there is a time discrepancy around that found or discovering. The ongoing challenges sits on the bottom of the deck. Ongoing challenges, I think that's a bureaucracy. Finding her. There's a time discrepancy around when I say her energy now. They're showing me a time discrepancy with saying it in that way. But trying to get out of it, wanting out, backing out, greed. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to pull back my energy now because it's draining me a little bit. I've got to keep my energy high to be able to do the true crime cases. I don't know if I'm going to post this one or I may redo this one. I'm not sure. But yeah, thank you so much for watching.